Hi, welcome back. In my last video, I installed the TMC2230 driver board, that is this one. This will be used on the X and Y axis. For the Z axis, I'll be using this driver board. These are TMC2130 version 1.1 from FYSETC. You can install this in two modes, standalone and SPI mode. For standalone mode, no hardware modification. You just install the drivers like this. So the orientation of this for installing, you have the diag pin, so diag 0 and diag 1, and the potentiometer over here, and the blue pins, the blue header pins on my right, the black on the left side, and the driver board, you have the red pins over here, the headers. So the blue and the red pin will go together. So this way. And to configure it into SPI mode, we need to do hardware modification. That is, we have to remove this pin and install it on the bottom pin. So that I have done it for the actual drivers that I'll be using. So over here, the blue pins from top I have removed, and also removed the blue pin which is on the right, so that it is easy for me to install. So these 5 header pins that I have installed over here, and I have also installed diag 0 and diag 1. This you need for if you are doing sensorless homing, then you need these 2 pins, but I'll not be using sensorless homing, and this will be used for Z axis, but still I have installed it in case later on if I want to use it for some other case. Now the installation of this, you align the pins. So this is how you will install it. Next we'll install the jumpers. So now to configure in SPI mode, you need to populate all the jumpers on the red pins, the red header pins you can see. Do not put any jumpers on the black one. So all the jumpers need to be populated on the red header pins. Now let's look at the pinout where we are going to install the jumpers. So jumpers we need to install on the red header pins. The all headers we need to populate with jumpers. So the very first one, this will be MISO, that is master in slave out. The next one will be chip select, that is CS pin. Next to that will be SCK, that is clock pin. And the last one will be MOSI, that is master out slave in. So we need to put a jumper on MOSI, clock, CS, and MISO pin. So this pin we need to populate with the required jumpers. Let's install the jumpers now. So look here, I have populated all the red header pins. There's no jumper on the black one. And if you want sensorless homing, there is this small mini jumper over here. You need to populate or put a jumper over here. This is required for if you are using sensorless homing. And then last, we'll install the driver board. So I will populate for the other ones, and then we'll see the configuration in Klipper. Next, come to your printer interface. I use main cell, then go to machine. And if you are using Manta board, same like mine, you will have sample configuration defined in this file, which is generic big tree tag Manta. So open this file, and at the somewhere at the bottom, you will have the sample configuration for TMC2130. Copy the required motor configuration. In my case, I am using 4 stepper motors for Z. So I'll be using this particular configuration. Mine are connected to motor 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I've copied this configuration in a separate file. So I've created this file called TMC2130, and this file I have included in the printer.cfg file over here. So let's look at this file. So once you copy it and comment the configuration, then what you have to note over here is the MOSI, MISO, and clock pin. They are same because they share the same line. Only different pin is the chip select pin. Only the chip select pin will be different for all the stepper motors. Next, you have to set the required run current. I have set it to 0.6, which is more than enough for Z axis. Then style chop I've set to 0, meaning disable style chop, which I don't need for Z-axis. Once that is done, come to your generic BTT Manta board. So this file, because my stepper motors are configured in this file. So I'm using stepper motor 5 to 7. We have to define or make sure that these pins are defined correctly. So you have to see the pin configuration in the same file. You will get it as an example. The pin definition is correct. Just make sure that you are using for the correct motor pins. Then in my case, DIR pin for Z1, Z2, they are inverted. But for Z3, it's not, because the cable I'm using, it's not swept. It's not the same as I'm using for the other stepper motors. So the DIR pin remains the same. Then set the required micro steps. So I have set to 60. In your case, it depends. Once this is done, click Save and Restart. Next, we need to ensure that the stepper motors are installed in the correct order. So you can go to Klipper website and search for cord gantry level. So this is what we need to look for. And over here, if you see, the stepper motor should be installed this way. The very first one should be here, the Z, that is front left, then Z1 rear left, Z2 rear right, and Z3 is front right. So make sure that your stepper motors are installed in this order. Next, we'll use stepper bus command to identify if we have installed the Z stepper motors in the shown orientation over here. So look for the command stepper underscore bus. So basically, we need this command. You can copy this. Go to your printer interface. Under console, we can type this command and then type stepper underscore C. So once you enter this command, this stepper motor should do the movement. And once you enter, just look for the printer. Make sure that this stepper motor is doing the movement. In that case, your motor configuration or the wiring is correct. So you have connected the stepper motor to the correct port. Then come back. If that is okay, then try the next stepper motor. Now in this case, Z1, that is this stepper motor, should do the movement. Verify that, then execute for the next one, and then the last one. So in this case, Z3 this stepper motor should do the movement. After that, go to dashboard and click Home All Access. So now homing is done. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Do like, share and subscribe. God bless and stay safe.